When she sings, I get goosebumps. It's like a opera singer singing bhajans. This episode is about Julia Stenzel. She's a cancer doctor, singer, and an art of living teacher based in Germany. As a cancer doctor, she witnesses a lot of deaths. And I've asked her many questions about death. How are the last moments of a person's life? What are they thinking? What are their desires? How does it feel like? And what does she feel about death? Julia takes us on a tour of the German ashram. It's beautiful. Along with this Rocklaz podcast, we are also releasing Julia's first ever music album. It's called Bhav, full of bhajans and devotional music. You can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you find your music. Links are there in the description. You'll also get to hear Julia's backstory, how she started singing, what are her experiences with Art of Living and Gurudev, and much, much more. Check out the description for chapters and timestamps so that you can jump to your favorite parts. And if you're new here, please subscribe. It helps us in many more ways than you can think. And hit the hype button to hype this video. And share this episode with at least one friend. Cheers. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Rocklaz. Today we have the amazing singer with us, Julia from Germany, from the German Art of Living Ashram. Welcome to Rocklaz, and I'm so happy that you recorded your album. You are with us. You all can check it out at the end of this podcast, or separate tracks will be available. I'll drop the links in the description. Will you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Julia, and I'm a doctor, a medical doctor, working in the hospital, mainly in cancer, but went through all the different departments. And when I was at the beginning of my studies in the third semester, I discovered the art of living. So since then I was practicing myself and then also becoming a teacher. So pretty much my life has been hospital or medicine and art of living, yoga, meditation. That's
How did you join Art of Living?
It was through a course which was taught at the university. Good morning yoga and meditation. And I felt that sounded good. I felt a little stressed from studying. And I enjoyed it so much. Like I felt a huge difference actually. After doing the yoga, doing some breathing, doing meditation. It was my first introduction, I think, into meditation. And I even started, I felt so good. Then I went running for myself. And when I came home after running, I would sit myself and guide myself into the meditation. We did the Panchakosha meditation there. So I would start guiding myself in the Panchakosha meditation. This was an Art of Living teacher, actually, who taught this class at the university. And he said, we have a center. Why don't you come? And then I continued taking the yoga sessions there in the center in Berlin. I studied in Berlin. And one day he said, there's one more course about breathing. I think you should do it. And just saying, yes, okay. I had felt already some deep calmness in him and also in the other teachers who were there in the center. So I just felt like this is really something good. There was a lot of trust. So I just wanted to know also what they know. I wanted to experience what they are doing. And so I did my first course. That was New Year's 2012, 2013. And also Gurudev was there. He was...
Which year?
2012, 2013. This...
Yeah.
And Gurudev was there. There was also a silence course going on. And it was all very new to me. I was just observing, I think, people being in silence. There was a satsang also. Mantra singing. I've never experienced that before. And... yes, it was all quite interesting to me, but what really hit me was the Sudarshan Kriya. My first experience of Sudarshan Kriya was very intense, deep, So much that after my first Kriya, I was thinking, okay, this I want to continue for myself and I want to share this with others. Like first Sudarshan Kriya, I decided, okay, this is it.
Wow. How did your journey with music start? First of all, I want to give you a compliment. Whenever I hear you sing, I get goosebumps. Your voice is so heavenly. And not just me, even Ayush was, and many other people have said the same thing. We want to hear Julia sing and we want to hear her music. And whenever it pops up even on my playlist, I'm like, wow. How did your music journey start?
Also through the art of living. Like the same teacher, Krishi, who was introducing me to art of living, I think he was leading the satsang. And somehow I missed the satsangs. I think it was every Sunday, but I felt like, I think once he invited me, we are singing, and I felt like, okay, I like the breathing, but the singing, not for me. Like, I don't know why I thought this. But then in a silence course, I went to do the silence course in Bad Antagast, our European ashram, and there I felt the mantras. And then Krishi left Berlin. He was traveling a lot here. I think he went to Bad Antagast that time. And so suddenly there was no one in Berlin who was playing the guitar and singing in satsang. And I had a guitar since I was 14, I think, but I never really had classes. But it was still with me. Sometimes I would play some songs. And then I thought, okay, let me get my guitar and see what I can do to play in the satsang. And then, that's how it started. I just took my guitar and went for satsang. And
So you learned by singing in satsangs. You're not professionally trained, are you?
No.
And yet so amazing. It's magical.
It's in my family. Like all of my family have been singing a lot with my grandmother every night. And we would sing actually before going to bed. So it was
Lullaby.
It was, yes, yeah. It was. It's a little bit like a family tradition, let's say. But I never trained in singing.
Can you please sing that?
Huh?
The German lullaby.
Oh, there are so many. Let me. I don't know if I remember the lyrics now, but my favorite was like about flowers who go to bed, like Die Blümelein sie schlafen. I cannot sing more. Somehow it's been long, but this one I liked a lot.
You live and do work near the German ashram. Please tell us more about the German ashram part of living.
Actually, I live inside the German
Oh.
ashram. And it's in the Black Forest in Germany, which is a huge area of nature. It's called Black Forest because they have mainly like the evergreen trees there. So it's a whole year. It gets dark in the forest, but it's very beautiful. And so to reach there, you have to drive a long and winding road up from the last city, 5 kilometers. And I feel it's like a very peaceful place. I mean, we have it since 30 years now. Actually, this year is the
30.
Yes, 30th anniversary. We celebrated today, this year in Bhajan. And it was a ruin before, like it was abandoned. It's an old building, a huge old building, which was built for like kings, actually to rest, rejuvenate, heal there. We have our own spring water there coming from the ground. So that's how it was established. And then through a lot of seva, I was not there at that time, but through many, many people from all over Europe and all over the world, they made it like looking so nice, renovated it, like built so many parts new. It's amazing. Mm-hmm.
Can you walk us through the ashram in Parantogast? How does it look? What are the features?
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine a huge building which has like so many staircases that you will get lost when you're first coming. You will not know which staircase you took and where it will lead you. And I think we can accommodate around 200, 300 people there. We have one big hall, the spring hall, where the spring water is coming from the ground, and a few more smaller halls. It's surrounded by nature. This I said already. If you like continue on the road, you will end up in the forest. We have a few neighbors, and we have also some land, like especially two of our dear ashramites. They're like doing so much in the garden, so they have built a vegetable garden, and we have planted a lot of fruit trees also. Before that, we had bees, also beehives, so we had our own honey. And I think since 2 or 3 years, we have a little pond. So there's a lot of water, naturally. And Lars, the head of the ashram at that time, he was always like looking at one place in the garden, and then naturally it was very wet, like water was there. So then we just dig there, and now we have a little pond there where you can actually swim a bit.
Wow.
Like, so we have started in winter, we have started this ice bathing. So, yeah, you can have a lot of fun there. I mean, it's all, this house is there for people to come and learn meditation and Sudarshan Kriya. So that's the purpose of this house. But, and everyone is working for that. But aside that, we also have fun.
What is the best time to visit the German ashram?
Because it's in nature, I feel anytime. It's beautiful. Like, summer is amazing because you have long days. You know, there the sun will set maybe around 10 or 11
PM.
Yes, PM. So you have long days. You can go for long walks. You can be in the garden. But even winter is nice when we have snow. Nowadays it's a little less that we get snow. But that's even like also super beautiful to be there in the snow. And autumn, I love autumn when everything starts to become clear, like the air becomes so clear and fresh, and more colors are coming up. No, some leaves are turning yellow and orange, and so, and the same with the spring. So I feel anytime you can come. I mean, mostly Gurudev is coming.
That's what I was going to ask. When does Gurudev visit?
Around July, August, mostly. You never know. And around New Year's, like that's
Christmas and New Year's. How is it when he's there?
Me personally, when he's there, and then when the hall is like so full, and maybe not everyone's even like really fitting into the hall. Sometimes we had to set up a screen in the other halls. Like Gurudev was there down there with the silence course participants, and then others had to be in another hall up and watch the screen because the hall was so full. I feel it's just beautiful, and I myself personally feel so rich, like being connected to all these people, and I mean being so close to Gurudev. You can sit just like, I don't know, 1.5 meters away from him. I think that's something that in India is a little harder, to be that close to him than how close you can get actually in Germany. And he's sleeping in the same house. Like, I don't know. I like that a lot. Also, when you go to bed and you feel like, okay, Gurudev is sleeping in the same house right now. It just feels very nice, very protected.
Wow, that would be such an experience. I was curious, you're an oncologist.
Internal medicine practitioner. I work in oncology a lot. In Germany, I'm not specified in oncology, but in internal medicine. But I work mostly in oncology, yeah.
How do you divide your time between seva and to the hospital work? The hospital itself is near the ashram?
Yes, now 30 minutes by car. I reduced my hours a little bit in the hospital. I'm working like 80%. Even though when you count the weekends, it comes almost 100%. I don't know, I think Kriya just gives you a lot of energy, right? And then it's just what I want to share from my heart. The knowledge, the techniques. So somehow you just get the energy, I feel, or find it to, have sessions in the afternoon or in the weekends. And it helps me a lot at work also. Like practicing, especially when I had a lot of night shifts in the emergency room or intensive care unit. Actually, I don't know how my colleagues managed without that. Like when I felt, because of the changing shifts, that my nervous system was quite upside down, Kriya helped me so much to either, find into sleep or to get up. And even some of my colleagues, they did the course with me because they said, like, I want to be as relaxed as you in the emergency room. So I think if you meditate and if you practice Kriya, then maybe you save some energy at work because you have more clarity, and maybe things don't get so much to you in one way.
How was the COVID for you, and how did you deal with it?
The COVID.
COVID.
Yeah. So I was living in Bad Antogast at that time already, and we have some elderly people in the house living there, like 70 plus, 80 plus even. So in the beginning we didn't have anything, no cure, no vaccination, nothing. And it was a little bit scary for everyone, right? So we were thinking, because I needed to continue working. Actually, they shifted me to the emergency room because of COVID. Because they said, okay, we need more people in the emergency room. So from oncology, I went there. And so I moved to a part of the house which is connected to the garden. So I had like my own entrance. I was alone in that part of the house. I would not eat together with the others, just to not, if I would get affected there, to not spread it. So this was a very, very personal experience during COVID. And in the hospital, I shared one bhajan, which helped me actually to cope with the suffering that you see, the anxiety that you feel in the other people. And also, like what I shared before, that people were so lonely. Like that was, I think, also one of the main things which I felt being very painful, like for people and also for myself, like seeing that and experiencing that families got like divided and someone being very sick or maybe even dying from the virus could not see their family members. Yeah.
You work with mostly the patients of oncology and cancer. How does it feel to be at the last moments of a person or when they just pass away? How does your first-hand experience of death? What is your first-hand experience of death?
Asking deep questions. Yes, it's different. Mostly what I feel when it's really, or what I have seen or felt, when it really comes to death, there is a calmness and a peace. Like that's, there are many different ways of dying, right? But in cancer, in oncology, most of the time you can't foresee it, or many times, let's say. So it's maybe not completely unexpected for the patient, for the family, for us as the doctors and nurses. So you can prepare a little bit in some way. Mainly as doctors, also taking away the symptoms. So having the patients at ease. but also, and this is where I feel also spirituality and my job come together. Finding out what is maybe there still for that person to say or to do or to know before they can let go. This is also one thing that you can really see sometimes. People who have maybe something that they still want to say to their family members, and sometimes it's that they live abroad and then they kind of wait. They keep their energy until maybe the son or their daughter or someone is there, so they can, meet them still, and then they can let go. But there are like many ways in which people are leaving their body.
What are the last thoughts of person dying? Do they have any regrets? What do they say? What is in the mind?
This is also, very individual and very personal. I have seen patients who say, like, stay away with your chemo. Like, I don't want this poison. I mean, elderly patients. I'm fine. I had a good life. I'm fine now. I just don't want to have pain. And then that's how you support them. No? So that's mostly, people who are kind of content and say, okay, I will have to die. I had a good life, so I think now is my time. And there are also other cases. Even also young people die from cancer, right? Even with small children. And this is the harder side, when you cannot do much anymore for them. And yeah, sometimes you don't find the peace with them because it's not peaceful, it's not happy, it's not like, it's not a happy moment that they are leaving, like maybe small kids behind, a husband or a wife. And then, yeah, I don't know.
Do you think about your own death?
Maybe not as much as I should.
With so many people around.
Yeah.
What goes on in your mind?
I think seeing that makes you grateful for your health. It makes you makes myself more aware of my lifestyle, like taking care of my lifestyle. So to do whatever I can to stay healthy. But I think if I was more aware, like, I also forget it. No, who thinks about that all the time that you're going to die? So I'm not thinking about it constantly. It's also that you see it happening to someone, and sometimes I'm wondering, what would I do actually if I was in this situation? But I think you don't know before you are in this situation. I don't think you can imagine how it is, like maybe being young and foreseeing your death. Yeah. But I don't know. There are some. There's this one doctor from Switzerland. I was Elisabeth Kübler-Ross. So she was, I think, one of the first doctors in Europe who was doing palliative care and was actually talking to the people dying, because I think now it has changed. At least I have not experienced it that much. But before, doctors were not everyone, right? But some doctors were denying that their patients are dying. Like, I think also you are identifying yourself so much with the role of helping and saving someone. So it was not easy for them to accept sometimes they cannot help anymore. Like, it's nothing you can do. And the patient dies. But they were not talking about it. And so they were also not really talking to the patient. So she observed this. She was very young. And then she started changing that. Like she went to the patients, to the dying patients, and talked to them. Actually, it's very interesting. Like I enjoyed reading her book, and there was also a documentary. And so I don't know, by reading what she has discovered, by talking to dying patients, and also by talking to some who have been very close to death and then came back. This, and also, I mean, for sure that the knowledge, that Gurudev is sharing, most of the time, I'm not so scared of death. But I mean, I have not been close to it or any situation.
Krankenhaus.
Mm.
Some words just come out to me.
Yes.
German. Germans are very long words, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we put many words together and it becomes a new word.
It's like a sentence in a word. So Krankenhaus is a hospital.
Yes.
What's medicine in German?
Yeah, Medizin.
What I love the most about German is you pronounce as it's written. So RADIO is radio, not radio.
Yes.
And
They say it's very close to Sanskrit actually. So that's why it's easier to sing the bhajans in Sanskrit, because it's similar. The pronunciation is similar.
now I see. There have been many German scholars who have come to India and read the books here, Kaivalya, no, what do you think? Kalidas, books of Kalidas, and gone back there. The harmonium is also a German instrument, but it's so popularly used in India. People think it's Indian.
True.
You're wearing such a beautiful Indian dress and earrings and bindi. You just look so beautiful. What do you think about Indian culture?
It's so vast, no? There's it's so rich. Rich, I think, is the word. And I feel that has gotten a little lost in Germany. Also because of the Second World War and Hitler, what happened? Like, you're not normally so proud of our history. And also culture has changed, because at this time it was just very cruel how children were brought up, in a way to not be so connected to your emotions, be very strong. I mean, in one way it brings discipline, which is not bad, but it was too cruel. It was like leaving out the human part. I mean, we all know what happened, huh? Many people died. So
That's why Germans are always on time and they are more or less like machines, everything perfection.
Yeah, but it's pretty much there. That's true. But so Indian culture, I love the richness. I feel everything is there. Everything is there in a way, and also with it's deeply connected with the philosophy. And this is about self-study, about the mind, about the different faculties of us, and about the self. So I feel it's so intermingled with beauty and deep knowledge, which really helps you, which is really freeing us, liberating us, from our other small concepts. So I feel it has such a year-long tradition, and this knowledge is so old. I sometimes feel our Western tradition is so young compared to that. And nothing against it, but I feel it can still learn more, That's also what I feel a little bit sometimes about medicine. It's still young in a way, no? Since when can we actually look inside the body and can see a cell? And since when do we know which atoms our body is made of? Maybe atom is not a good example, but all the different proteins and different hormones. It's only recent that we can actually do research on that. So I feel eventually all of this will come together. Like we will know how to measure why Ayurveda is working. Don't know. This is maybe, I don't know. This is a belief I have that at some point we will know how to measure these things, which are practiced here since like thousands of years, actually. And you asked me about the culture, not about medicine. So
Let me just continue on the medicine part. Ayurveda and allopathy. You have experienced both, and I think you did Nadi Pariksha training also.
yes, yeah.
And measurement you're talking about. Isn't it wonderful that without intruding the body or without taking any samples, you can analyze the body? What are your views on Nadi Pariksha?
I have to be honest that I'm not practicing it enough. No, I'm not an expert on that, but I went through the training, and it was amazing what you can get, like by only the training and practicing it a little bit. And I feel it's very, very technical, but also intuitive, like both, at the same time. And it's really helpful because it's so, you get knowledge about yourself, how you can prevent, because your body gives you signs, no, that things are not going wrong. Maybe you have some itching there, some twitching there, some pain here or there before you really fall ill, or maybe your sleep gets disturbed, your digestion slowly gets disturbed, and you get these hints from your body. And in allopathic medicine, we don't really have remedies which tackle the cause, like of these small things. We can take away the symptoms, and one concept which is there and which is true is that stress, no, also like triggers these things. So there we have some remedies or some recommendations actually. But there Ayurveda really has like profound knowledge of how to tackle these small changes which you can feel already. And I believe it really goes to the cause. And I have experienced also that, you change something in your diet, you change something in your lifestyle, you take some maybe herbal medicine, you take some treatments, which will actually help your body to come back to its balance, come back to its nature.
What are the observations that you have seen in Indian culture? You mentioned about how we eat and how we drink.
Yes. Yeah, I shared that, I don't know, I find like things which I think are like in traditional Indian families, like eating with the hands, for example. It's so useful in a way that you engage all your senses, right? And it's a totally different experience of eating food, and it slows you down. Like you eat with more awareness, and you eat more slow. And as I said, engaging all your senses. So you can listen, you're more connected to your body, and you can listen more, when your body says, okay, maybe now it's enough. And it's, for me, it's a total different experience. Or like when I came here first, I also noticed like nobody's, like when you drink from a bottle, nobody's touching it. And actually it's like yeah, even you can, one thing is you can share with everyone and anyone. It's so important, that you can, share your water actually. And anytime your friends can get thirsty. And then also, you're not spreading the bacteria which are anyways in your mouth, right? So it makes sense even for yourself. Like, and so there are like many of these small things maybe which belong to the culture, which actually scientifically also make total sense. And I don't know, it's just nice to explore.
How have some practices helped you in person? Right, let me repeat the question. You wanted to talk about which practices? Yoga, Sudarshan Kriya, or the lifestyle, or which practices?
Any. And your question was good.
You had a specific question that you had written on WhatsApp. So that was the same related, right?
Yeah, your question was good. Like it's open.
How have the yoga and art of living practices helped you?
If I'm very honest, I grew up with my mom being very ill, and I was with my mom. Should we do this again?
Yeah.
It's okay. Wash your hands and then we continue. Yes.
Sorry about that.
No. All good.
So you just want to talk about yoga and art of living practice or any other practice?
No, only yoga. There's no other practice for me.
Do you worry about anything?
Right now. Oh,
Just that-
sometimes.
How have yoga and art of living practices helped you?
So mainly actually emotionally. By growing up, my mom was very sick and was sometimes not so available. And being sick herself, she cannot, she couldn't, I don't know how to talk about this, but it's a very honest, so let's say as a child, I experienced many things which were overwhelming emotionally. So I kind of blocked them. And later in life, I realized I have all these stuck emotions. It was painful, and I just felt stuck, and that I cannot live life fully, actually freely, and it was taking a lot of energy. So Sudarshan Kriya and all the knowledge helped me tremendously to actually get rid of these stuck emotions. I really felt them stuck in my body. It was really physical sensations. And intellectually, I could understand why this happened, how this happened, that it's nobody's fault. I was not in this blaming anyone. But at the same time, I also didn't know how to actually, deal with it and how to get rid of that, how to be more free from it. So in my first Kriya, I just cried. I think 20 minutes. But it was pure emotional release. There was I didn't feel any pity for myself or nothing like that. It was just pure emotional release of all these stuck things. And I felt so good afterwards. I felt so free, so light. And that's also why it was so powerful and so clear for me, actually, that I want to continue this. And actually, in the beginning, when I practiced by myself also, these emotions would come up, but in portions that I could digest. And somehow I felt, even though sometimes I felt little worse after practicing Kriya, I knew this is my way to release these things. This is my way out, even though it might be painful in between. So this was the very first experience in the start, and I think one of the strongest ones, and why I also stuck to it. And then I did silence courses, which also, I feel all these techniques, all these practices, they go deeper than the intellect. And we have these different parts of the brain. And I feel this meditation and Kriya, they go to the deeper parts of the brain, actually, and help you resetting it, where you might not reach with words or with the intellect. So for me, so many things have cleared without even thinking about it, without analyzing it. Just after one silence course, after each silence course, you feel, oh, okay, this has changed. Maybe a situation which has triggered anger in you before, I realize, oh, no, it does not anymore. Like this pattern, this emotional or thought pattern has just gone, just like this.
Thanks for sharing that. It's really amazing. I'm pretty sure many more people will benefit from this. And I didn't know that your mother was not well since you were young. So was that one of the reasons you chose to be a doctor?
Might be. Yes, I wanted to understand why and how to help people. Yeah. Yeah, when I was 4, I think I told like my pediatrician, I remember her asking me what I want to become. I think it was 4 or 5, and I said a doctor, and she actually discouraged me. And I still remember how disappointed I was.
Who discouraged you?
My
Pediatrician.
pediatrician, like the pediatrician, she said, "Oh, you have to study so much. Like, it's so stressful."
She might be regretting her decision, so she was a. But good, the world is lucky that you became a doctor, and that to a doctor who has the spiritual knowledge and alternative methods of healing people. It's really amazing. You are a beautiful soul, and I'm so glad that you finally made it for the podcast. Since a year we have been waiting, and the music. So everybody do check out the music album, and you can keep listening. It's a very meditative experience. Any final thoughts or words you want to share with the audience?
I mean, thank you, Tanmay, for insisting and inviting me. It was really a pleasure to be here. And I don't know, I from myself can really only say that once I discovered all this deep-rooted knowledge and practices, my life changed a lot. And I can just only encourage everyone to experience it at least once. Like, really from my heart, I think you have really the chance to get more in touch with yourself and to get rid of like many unnecessary things, many dramas which might otherwise be in the mind, be it emotionally or else. And for me, it also what I could see now, it's like almost 13 years that I practice Sudarshan Kriya, and that I also have so many friends. And what I saw in each and every one, that the people, they get more and more individual, like they discover their strengths, their talents, actually. And this is what I value a lot in Art of Living, that you really find like so many different kind of people from so many different backgrounds. And this is why I personally really feel it's about the essence. Like whatever Gurudev is teaching, it really brings you to the essence which we all share, no matter which language we speak, how we are brought up, how much money we have. Like all these things, I feel they don't matter so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.